Hello guitaristas, my name is Edina and you're watching the Spanish Guitar Hub, and today we are going to learn Lágrima, and after this lesson you can learn something like this. Lágrima is one of the most famous songs for classical guitar, and it is written by Francisco Tárrega, who is the godfather of the classical guitar. It is a not so difficult song, but we can go through each of the sections and we need to learn how to add emotions to this song. The name itself means teardrop, so that's why I like to play it with a moderate or slow speed and add emotions inside the song. Some people speed it up too much so they lose the essence of the song. I like to keep it a little bit slower. So we will go through each of the part of the song. It has an A part and the B part, and the best is to play this without the metronome, because in classical guitar you give emotions while speeding up and slowing down the music, but I did a slower version matching with the metronome so I can match it with a tap for you. The A part starts like this. At the very beginning there is a melody which is just this. The other notes are kind of supporting this melody. So when you play this, the melody should be played with a little bit of more volume. But you can also add some emotions into this melody when you are playing this song. And it could be that you start with a lower volume and you start to build it up in these first three notes. Here you bring it down again. You can start it on a way that you play slower a little bit the first note, and after you speed up, the more you go to the next sections. Then you slow back down again, you bring it down. The next section will be a little bit more difficult for a beginner player because you need to go from position to position and you need to use a barre hold as well. So the best is to practice this, is to look at the positions, each of them, and make sure that you are playing it clean. First position, second position, third position, and fourth position. The best is to practice this separately, so you make sure that you are playing it clean. So in the first position, barre on the 9th, and you hold your little finger on the 12th fret of the E string, and ring finger is on the 11th fret of the D string. And then you just play the two notes. And then you go to the second position, move the little finger to the 11th fret, and you play the notes again. Now you move the barre, you're moving it to the 7th fret, little finger is on the 9th fret. And finally it is an E7 chord, and this will be ring finger is on the D string on the 9th fret, little finger is on the B string on the 9th fret. And again, you can add some emotions when you play this. You can play kind of together all of this, but bring it down in the end. And in the next position, you are actually playing an F sharp or G flat minor chord. And I like to add a little bit of vibrato with my ring finger here. When you add the vibrato, it means that you move quite quickly with your ring finger on the sideways. And finally, you are finishing on the F sharp major chord. Again, you are playing this from the barre, so it's very important to have a strong barre here. The best is to hold the barre here on your finger, so you are actually a little bit higher. It means you can push a little bit more from the bottom, but you can also pull from your arm to have a little bit of better sound. When you want to add emotions again in the very end, you are kind of bringing down the volume, you are bringing down the whole song, you are slowing it down. And the very last note, the bass note, is not that important. It is just an extra note to add to the song. So don't play it like too hard or too loud. It is there, but it's just to finish the song. If you are enjoying this lesson, please hit the like button because it will help to rank this video and other people can find this as well. The B part is a little bit more challenging than the A part. At the very beginning, you have a slide. I like to do my slide sometimes with the little finger, sometimes with the ring finger. But if you don't have a very strong little finger, it's better to use the ring finger to do the slide. There is few things going on in this one. You are playing the 3rd fret of the A string. You are playing with a chord and then you are sliding all the way up to the 8th fret. Once you are on the 8th fret, you play this note again and then you do a pull-off. The best is to do a pull-off on a way that your middle finger is already behind. So you need to hold this strongly with the middle finger because otherwise it's not going to sound good and you literally need to pull down with your ring finger. Don't do this. It's not going to sound strong enough or good enough. It's more like a backward hammer-on. A pull-off is when you have the finger behind already and you pull it off to that finger. Again, we need to know the grouping of the notes, so we can like break it down into sections and we can add emotions this way. So the song starts, slide, pull off, and then you hold a barre on the 2nd fret, and then you add 2 open notes on the 2 E strings, and this is when the first part is finishing. The next part is best to play chord by chord or position to position. So we are second and first on the G and the B string to open, and then we go to the D and the G string, 4 and 2, and then 2 on the D string and 0, and back to 4 and 2. And finishing it with some open notes, which will be on the E string, G string and B string. The next part will be adding single notes. This is just one little part. Again, we need to hold a barre on the 7th, and then it is like a B major chord, and you add a hammer-on on the D string from the 9th to the 10th. And this part is finishing here. The next part will be similar to the beginning of the first part of the song, but we are in the major mode. To make this sound better, you can add a little bit of vibrators to each of these chords. Also, you can build it up on a way that you start slow and you speeding this up a little bit. Here I definitely like to add the vibrato in the next part. This is on the 10th fret with the bass on the A string. Also, it's nice to add a tiny bit of break so you emphasize this note. And you add a little bit of scale. You are playing a tirando, which means you are playing with your index and middle finger. You don't pull it up to the next string, but play freely. And this was the end of this section, and we have one more section, which is just the end to finish this second part of the song. Again, the bass note in the very end is just there as a part of the song, but it's not part of the main melody, so don't play it too loud to finish it. Just bring it down the song. And actually, in the very end, you again can bring it down on a way that you slowly slow it down in the end, signaling that you are going to finish the section. The best is to play this song with 2 A's and after 2 B's, and finally finish it with the A part. I'm sure you will enjoy this song so much because this was one of the first songs that I learned, and it is so famous, everybody knows this, and it is such a beautiful song. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, hit the like button or subscribe for more videos like this, because I'm uploading new guitar videos every Sunday. So see you guys next Sunday with another guitar video.